He was probably the best dad I could have ever asked for, and he's a friendly giant. Everyone talked about how kind he was and his willingness to help others out, and I was so fortunate to call him my dad. And biggest hands, he was 6'5", 280 pounds, just an absolute monster. But he had a heart of gold. He took care of our family, and he was always family first. He would drive us everywhere. Had 4 kids in hockey and lacrosse all at once, and he was always on the go. He was always supporting us, always coaching, and making all the other parents around smile. And it was so special to look up in the stands and see him having a group of parents around, all laughing, and my dad in the middle, probably cracking off some jokes. And just looking at that photo, he's complete goofball all the time, and I think I'm kind of just like him. And everyone who crossed paths with him, he always gave them the time of day and shared some laughs and was always there to help others out. And that's probably the best way to describe my dad, as a big friendly giant and one of the kindest people that someone would ever meet. I was so young, 18 years old, and it was probably the worst day of my life. Was having that phone call from my mom and her having to tell me some bad news that my dad passed away. It was obviously the worst phone call of my life, and definitely unexpected, and it was not easy at all. I pushed all my grieving to the side, and it eventually caught up to me. And it's never easy when you realize that you love someone so much, and then you lose them and you don't get to experience certain whether it's goals or achievements in your life. You don't get to experience that with them. It sucks. Thank you. I never had the opportunity to tell him how much I loved him, and never gave him the opportunity to say thank you for everything that he did for myself and through my sporting career, and now moving past that into my real life job. And he raised me into the person that I truly want to be, and I would just say thank you and give him a big hug. I'm sure he would say it right back, and I know he loves me and my family, and I know he's proud of all of us, and I know he loves us, so he'd be smiling and giving us his big hugs and telling us that he loves us back. Smile as much as you can and make jokes and enjoy life. I think that's what I would tell myself back then, and just enjoy life to the fullest as much as you can. And that's what your loved one would want, and especially my dad. He lived life that way, having fun and enjoyed every moment, and I would tell myself to do the exact same. When he was a senior at Carleton, and they were having a team party after a win, and I guess they took the coach's brand new Cadillac out, and they ordered Chinese food, and they had a football team, so they needed a bunch of plum sauce, and they got a bucket size, like a Home Depot bucket size, and they put it in the back of the coach's car. And they were driving through campus at Carleton. They hit a speed bump, and they didn't think anything of it. And then when they got back to Carleton University, they opened up the trunk, and they realized it was a swimming pool of plum sauce in the trunk of the car. So it was a brand new Cadillac, and I think they just closed the trunk and left it. And all 4 of them who were in the car got called in the coach's office the next day. So I remember when I first started my foundation, as selfish as this sounds, I was doing it for myself too, and to help myself get through the grieving process, because if I'm able to help others just like my dad helped, it certainly helps me at the end of the day. And to be able to put a smile on a younger child's face who's been going through a difficult time like I was at the time, and even right now. It's the best feeling in the world. It's rewarding to be able to give back and help others who have gone through the same situation that you have. Everybody grieves differently. I know some people may not be as close with their loved one when they pass away, and it could be a few weeks, few months, a couple of years, who knows, but there should never be any pressure on someone or saying things that will trigger them even more, like, oh, suck it up, it's been X amount of years since your loved one's passed, or it's time to move on. No, it's not time to move on. It's whatever you feel comfortable with at the end of the day, and it's a process. It's not, no one needs the exact set amount of time to be done their grieving. I know I never will be. There's always these little triggers or something that do trigger me, and I'm aware of them now, but before I wasn't, and I just know that being supported by amazing people around me is the best thing that has ever happened to me. I know firsthand how important this support is for grieving children and their families, especially given the times right now. There is no time more critical to help out these families in need. Please click the link below to help support grieving children and their families in your community today. My name is Will Petschenig, and your heart is like mine.